Hello, my name is Ben. I'm from Stockport ME Group. We've been involved in this project. We've purchased and secured some funding for purchase a lot of these devices. I've also used the device myself for the last 6 months or so. And if you've got any problems with trying to use the device from a technical perspective, do reach out. I'm happy to help. I've also put together these guides that should walk you through what you need to do to set it up. It is relatively simple, but it's not always very intuitive, and that's why you've got these guides rather than just the manuals. Most of you will have the manual included with your device. If not, the manual is online and the link is in the guide I've put together. In terms of setting up your device, you can do it all entirely from the manual or through some of the general videos that are out there. There'll be a higher quality, more experienced presenter than myself, but you can just use myself. After this video, there'll be a video that walks you through exactly how to use the phone for heart rate monitoring, and for that one you will need to use the resources we put together, because otherwise you won't be doing it consistently in terms of the project. Okay, but in terms of general setting up the device, first thing you're going to need to do is charge up the device. There's 4 dots. It's not quite focusing in. The 4 dots are sort of going to go in here, and it will sort of sit neatly in there. And then you're going to connect this USB charge point to something that will charge it up. I use my a USB port in my laptop. You can use a different device. You can use, a lot of people have USB ports in some of their plugs, or you can get a little sort of converter plug to assist in charging it. Do whatever works for you. Once it's charged up, there may be a need to reset it or restore the factory defaults. These devices we have got refurbished because that was the way of enabling it to be affordable for the size that we're dealing with. We are a pretty small charity. Most of our resources go into helping our members directly, rather than in things like this. So what you need to do is, if it is sort of flashing hello in different languages, then it's already been reset. If not, you're going to need to, or your best to reset it. I tried initially not to bother resetting it, and then I was starting getting, when I was looking at data, some of the data I was looking at was like 6 months ago and not mine. So it's worth resetting it. So you're going to go and look for a cog type symbol. You're going to do anything, you're going to hold this down until a menu pops up. Now, some of these have been set by whoever's used it before for horizontal scrolling, and some are for vertical scrolling. So you're going to flip through, trying up and down or left and right, flipping through to find the option which has got a sort of a cog that shows in the guide I've written. You're going to select that. You do sort of just by clicking it, by tapping with your finger, and then you look for the spanner, and then you look for the option restoring defaults. Now, for this one, when I went to do it, at that point the instructions were in German. Whether deliberately or accidentally, it had been set for German language. It's unlikely that will happen, and most of the devices I've looked at, it hasn't. Fortunately, I speak German, but even if you don't, just put whatever word you see into Google Translate or something, and you want to get something that says roughly restore or default, then select OK. Then you'll know it's done, because it will work its magic, and then it will start sort of cycling through hello different languages. And then all you're going to do, you're going to hold down button to select it, and you're going to flip through different languages. EN in capitals is English, so that's an option. If you speak another language more fluently, and it's one of the options. You can select that instead. And then you're ready to install Garmin Connect on the app, and then link your account and the app to the device. I stay in a flight path of the airport, so I'm having to pause this quite often to minimize the background noise. But anyway, so on this, you've already got it. So it's in English language. Then you're going to get two options. You can either do pair now or pair later. We're going to do pair now. Now you're going to get your phone or tablet out, and using the app store of your choice or your phone's choice, you're going to install Garmin Connect. And in that process, you'll create a Garmin account. You'll need an email address. You'll probably need to confirm that to get the account up. Just follow the instructions. These are going to be slightly different person to person, depending on what phone you've got and things like that. It is going to ask for quite a lot of data, and I would stress not to worry too much about a lot of the data. So if you don't know your height or weight, it really doesn't matter too much. These things, if you're using a lot of the other tracking features, then they can be helpful, or they'll be used for those. But it doesn't really matter. It will ask what wrist you're going to wear the watch on. It's worth getting that right. But I have experimented using it on the other wrist, and it doesn't matter too much. So you're also, as well as creating the account, you are going to be you may get asked for sort of permissions. You want to give the app permissions to interact with your phone to a point. It's up to you whether you want to be able to get notification of text messages, calls, etc. Some of the other smartwatch features, but you certainly want to be able to get access to the data that you're going to need to actually use the device. Now, these devices, they have been geared up for athletes and aspiring athletes to use tracking activities. We don't really have devices on the market that are designed for condition management yet. They are being developed. We have software people looking into this, but they're not there yet. The devices can be used. It's not entirely intuitive, and that's why one of the reasons why these videos and resources are put together to help you get set up. It shouldn't be too overwhelming. You can break it into parts and get in touch with me if you need any help. So you've got your Garmin Connect account on here, and you've got the app loaded up. Probably it will want to, it'll give the option of pairing a device. If, like me, you've already got other devices registered, it won't. If that is the case, you're going to see three arrows, not arrows, three lines in the top left. This inverts the screen, so that's why it shows up on the right. And you're going to select Garmin devices and then add device. And that will just get you to the point that everyone else will be in now, where you won't see probably the device there. They might have some more later models, but they probably won't see the device that you're wanting, which is the Vivosmart 3. If it's not there, as it almost certainly won't be, then you want to click on Browse All Compatible Devices, then select Vivo, and then Vivosmart 3, and then Connect. Make sure the watch and phone are nearish each other, because they're going to try to pair. Now, this uses Bluetooth. If Bluetooth is turned off on your phone, it will ask you to allow permission to turn Bluetooth on, so it can be sorted out. Often, at least half the time, it will just sort itself out and be done quite quickly. Occasionally, you'll have to try a few times to get it to pair. I don't really understand how Bluetooth works well enough to know why it doesn't work sometimes. But if it doesn't work straight away, you do need a bit of persistence, maybe try on a few occasions, maybe a few different rooms or positions, etc. With about 20 devices used this project, a lot of them have been tested by myself to make sure they work, but there's always a small chance that your device doesn't. If there are any problems, let me know. We'll sort out getting you another device, get that one back, get it tested, and take it from there. But that's unlikely to happen. So when you go to do this, it will ask for a code, and you just put that code in, and then wait. So you'll be given some setup options such as sleep times, etc., orientation display. On the whole, just choose what's right for you. I would stress for a lot of these things, for the purposes that we're using the devices for, it doesn't really matter. But I find it quite helpful. Some of the notifications that you can get on your phone, like if you've received a text message, if someone's trying to call you, etc. But just choose what's right for you. And then, congratulations, you have set up the phone and the device, and you're ready to go into the next video, which is how to set it all up for heart rate monitoring. Thank you.